All right, to my YouTube families and friends. It's another day, right? Another beautiful day. A grand rising to each and every one of you. And I'm just hoping that wherever you are, that, listen, things might not be perfect because there's no perfection. Remember that. Just keep that in your head. But that today you got up and you're thankful and you're moving and you're dancing, you're singing, because those are things that keeps you feeling hopeful and uplifted and know that it's going to be a great day. All right, so it's Teacher Appreciation Week. I'm still here and I'm still teaching because I care. I think I branded 4 dresses with the logo. Did I do a shirt? No, I did shirts for the teachers, and I did dresses for myself. So I'm still teaching because I care in a different color. Yesterday I was in pink. Last week I think I had a blue, and today I'm wearing the gold and the burgundy. These are 2 of my favorite colors, gold with burgundy. It's pretty. So I'm here, guys, and I'm just thinking of you and hoping that I'm just touching bases with you just to remind you that it's okay. Reminding you to get up and move today, walk a little bit today. You're on the phone watching the videos. Most of my videos are listening videos. Just walk around as you listen. Don't just sit. It is such a good thing when you get on the scale and you're moving to a lower number. You know, for last week and the week before, I have started the fasting, guys, where I eat 1 meal per day. So I'd come here in the mornings, no breakfast. I don't do lunch. I sip my water and I go home and I have a good meal. But I would like to eat early enough. Maybe I change my 1 meal a day to like midday, like at lunchtime, so that when I get home, eat by 4 o'clock. And so that my body can absorb it and you know. But it feels good. I'm not hungry. I don't feel fainted. I don't, you know, once you cut back on all the sugars that you put in, your body kind of feels differently. My daughter is excited because she has been saying it to me a long time that, Mommy, try the fasting where you eat 1 meal each day and then give your body enough time to process the things that it absorbs. You know, try it, Mommy. And I said, I don't think I want to do that. Because one of the things, I didn't want to be here and I faint away in the classroom, or because I didn't have enough whatever it is to keep me up, you know, keep me, my feet on the ground. But I've been doing it, and I don't feel any way fainted. I don't feel weak out. I don't feel anything. When I go to sleep the other night, I didn't. Which night? And I was up at 3 and couldn't go back to sleep. That day I ate. I got up, Danny had made porridge, and I had that, and then I made dinner, and I had dinner early, and then I had a little bit more because it was so good. Sunday when I cooked the rice with peas, the rice with the gungo, and baked the chicken. So I had seconds, like later in the evening at 6, I think it was. That, you know, so whatever works for you people. I'm not here to tell you to do diets and all of that, because I know that you get on these things and it's hard, and then you get off and you just put the weights back on. And that is why I embrace 1 pound at a time. Do not set unrealistic goals. Do not force yourselves into these hardcore things. If you want to try the fasting and eat once a day, it means that you got to cut back on sugars. Sugars give you that craving for more sugars. When you cut back on that and you eat a decent meal at whatever time you decide to eat, like my aunt, I go home and I see my aunt, so trim. And she is in her 70s now, and so trim. And what she does, she gets up in the morning and by 7 o'clock she's eating a nice, big, healthy meal. And so during the day she's digging up, planting her stuff, digging up holes to plant yam. She doesn't even have to do it because she can afford to live well. But these are the things she busy herself with. She plant flowers. She has dogs that she has to feed and take care of, and so much that she just gets done. But she eats her big meal first thing in the morning. And then she says if she needs any little thing later, she might have crackers or two with something to drink, but no heavy eating after that. So, you know, with the busy, moving back and forth, walking up to the bank, walking down to the market, you know, going out to visit people, going up to the school. She's a chairperson at the school, at a basic school there. Getting all those things done, it burns off all of those calories that you put in early in the morning. So sometimes I'm wondering if I should go back to that. Leave the sugars alone, because if you ever notice when you drink a soda, you never feel satisfied. You want more. And so we have to understand that the sugar is an interesting creation in the processed forms that it comes in. So I'm not here to tell you all of that, people. I'm not telling you how to live. I'm not telling you. I'm just saying to you that when you're able to move around, it feels good. When you're able to get up and get some things done, it feels good. Right? It feels good. You're able to keep working. It feels good. So we're counting. I'm not counting down. I know we have about 4 weeks left for school, and then I really want to have something to do in the summer. I don't want to sit around in the whole summer because it gets boring. I want to be able to do something, and then in the cool evening to do my walk back and forth in my backyard. Or if my neighbor is up to it, we go walk again, walk on the street, walk and come back. So I spoke to us about single parents, especially I spoke to, regarding relationships and bringing in strangers in the homes and to become step-parents to our children. And then they come in and they have their way of doing things, and they become jealous if you're spending time with your kids, and they become overbearing, you know. They become that kind of person who will tell you, oh, you're letting your kids use this and that, and when they break it up, then they go out to buy theirs and yours is broken. They come in and they encourage you to not do for your children. While when they come in with their kids, you are there doing everything for their kids. Right? A lot of you take on stepchildren who are in connection with the parent who is gone, and those parents are telling the kids, well, he shouldn't talk to you because he's not your father, or don't listen to her because she's not your mother. I'm your mother. There's no one can take my place. And they put the kids' heads up with all these things, and so you're bringing so much drama into your home. A lot of times a home that was quiet and beautiful, only that somebody decide that this is not what I want. You're not exciting enough. You're not doing what I need. And they want to run out there to find what I don't know, because it's never better on the other side. And so you run out there, you pick up these people in your homes, and it can be traumatic for your children. And so I say that it's okay to raise your kids by yourselves. But one of the things one person said to me, and I said, write it in the comment section, but they wouldn't. And the thing was, what if you cannot afford? What if you cannot afford it? But I say to the person, yes, we can afford it. A lot of problems come when we teach our kids to live above their means. If we teach our kids to learn to be satisfied, if we teach them to understand that the important things right now are the foundations that we're building, because in latter days, you'll be able to afford whatever material things you want to afford if you build the right foundation now. So don't teach your children, don't tell them, oh, we have to bring in somebody because I cannot afford to, and I cannot afford. Do without it. If you can afford food and shelter for your children and love, unconditional love, you stay focused, because kids do grow up. But you stay focused and you give them the important pieces that they can build. And when they build a strong, firm structure, believe me, they will move mountains when the time comes. So let's never worry about material things. If you don't have milk to put in that hot chocolate for them, give it to them and tell them, listen, tomorrow will be a better day. If you can only afford a little bush tea, nobody needs to know your business. You give it to them and you teach them to be satisfied. If you listen to me, and I will tell you this from experience, when I told my husband to pack and go, I'm not telling you things that are unrealistic. When I told him to pack and go, I wasn't even thinking. I just feel like you went home, you got somebody else pregnant. I am pregnant here with your son. And what is this going to be? What does it look like? What disrespect? Such disrespect. And so when I say pack and go, I didn't think of, oh, who's going to help you pay? I didn't own a home then. Who's going to help you pay the bills? I didn't think of it. I thought about my mental status. I thought about the arguments that are going to be ensued every day because of trust issues. And I said, I deserve better than that. And I said, pack your things and get out. And I remember the morning when he said, oh, but I want my marriage to work. No. You should have thought about that before you went home. I bought your ticket to go home. I packed things to go home for you, your mother, and whoever else. I made sure that you came up. You wasn't legally here yet. You came here, and I made sure everything was good for you to go home. Money in your pocket. And all this time you're doing what you do. And so now it comes to light. It's time for you to move on. Let me tell you something, guys. I remembered after my son was born and I needed my disability check to come. Because when you have babies or what have you, there are funds there for you to get from your job. But I remember that they were late. Filed my taxes, we're going to get back over $5,000. And the guy, Mr. Sims, I'll never forget Mr. Sims. I stayed with him for 12 years. Because I remembered walking up to his office that Sunday evening. It was, in January, it's winter it's winter here and this side. And we walked up, gave him the paper. He says, in 3 days I would have gotten back my money. And man, in 3 days when I went, money didn't come because it was my first time filing that way. It didn't come. And we went through a tough patch. Ooh, thank you. Positive. Sitting at my desk, a soft knock on the door. And it's a gift. I guess this is from the principals. Together, we inspire, engage, and encourage. Together, we inspire, engage, and encourage. So this is another thermos, guys. It says, our school is a great place to be. Thanks to awesome people like you who keep student success in mind in everything they do. Teacher Appreciation Week, guys. Remember to thank a teacher. Let them know that what they do is appreciated. Because I continue to teach because I do care, right? I teach because I care. And these are things that I made myself, guys. Remember, I do the t-shirts. I have not been investing so much in it, but remember that I do. And when the school needs, when some people are doing things, they do ask me to print the shirts for them. So yes, so when the monies didn't come, guys, and I was there, and there were tough days until that, because it took 2 weeks, I think. And I had no money. I have family, but for me, in my household at the time, in my apartment, I didn't have it. And what I did, I bought a 20-pound bag of rice. I got my dozen eggs. I got my can of Kool-Aid, my big canister with the Kool-Aid in it. Because then $20 could go a long way. And I bought that. And I had salt in the house. And I had oil in the house. And let me tell you guys, what filled our stomachs up? You know what I did? I didn't go pick up a man to come in, and then the next thing they're molesting my daughters. Had beautiful twin daughters then. They were 6 years old. My son was just born. And so I didn't pick up anyone to come in and to say, oh, I have to put up with abuse because I need to help with my bills. No. When the money's didn't come, we were at a tough place now. I remembered when the phone was supposed to go off, and I said to the lady, I just had my baby. I'm not working right now. And she says, you have a young baby in the house? And I said, yes. And she says, okay, we will not disconnect the phone. We'll wait. So open your mouths and speak, guys. Open your mouth. People will support. You don't have to go through abuse and neglect and putting your kids through drama and traumatic experiences in order to look good and to, oh, I never late on the bill. And be late on the darn bills. Be late on them. But make sure that your children are okay. And I remember with that rice, I would get up in the mornings. We didn't have hot chocolate for breakfast. We didn't have milk to make cereal, or we didn't even have cereal in the house. You're talking about 32 years ago, though. Didn't finish college yet, didn't have anything but here working and trying to maintain. And I would make that pot of rice, and I make it a little salty. I would do up the eggs, fry up like 4 eggs, and do them, and I would mix them in the rice, in the big pot of rice. And we enjoyed that for our 3 meals for the day. We did that like for a whole week, or maybe a week plus, because the check didn't come until maybe